Hey viewers, hey subscribers, welcome back to my channel, All Things Aquarian, you guys. So I did not get a chance to go live yesterday, so I wanted to do it for just a little bit today. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, and I will be off work tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. I don't know what all's open and what all's closed. Some places close, some places don't. But I'm definitely going to take advantage of my freedom tomorrow and get some stuff done at home. All right, y'all. Let me see if I can light some incense. Light some incense and get us started. Y'all, the flame doesn't want to stay. Isn't that crazy? It's in there. All right. This thing don't want to. Hey, welcome to the live stream. I don't know what the deal is with it. This thing is like, hey Millie, good afternoon. How are you? Me and this lighter, we be fighting. I can only get so much. I can only get so much out of it, I guess. I have what you call them? I have matches. I just gotta find them. It's my problem. Hey girl, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back, I should say. How's your weekend going? I hope you're having a good weekend. I'm just here to do readings since I didn't make it yesterday. Yesterday morning, I had anticipated on trying to get them done, but I had to do my sister's hair. We had already had that prearranged, and by the time I was done, it was like 3 hours later. And I was like, I know everybody was probably doing their thing on a Saturday, so I didn't even bother. But I hope all is well. I have to redo my own hair, but I haven't yet, so. Ooh, really? What state are you in, Millie? It's cold here too in Missouri. I'm in Missouri. It's freezing outside. The funny part is the sun is out. Oh, y'all are at home chilling. Yeah, same, girl, same. The sun is out, but that will fool you because it's freezing outside here. It hasn't snowed yet, but they have been talking about it's supposed to snow. Oh, Connecticut. Oh, yeah, you're on the, yep. You're on the East Coast, baby. And I know how the East Coast get down. The weather up there be so cold. Connecticut, is Connecticut up by like Maine, Rhode Island, Massachusetts? I can never say that state, Massachusetts. And the funny thing is, I've always wanted to visit Boston because one of my favorite book authors is from Boston, Lisa Gardner. She writes like true crime mystery type of books. But Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Virginia, Connecticut, like that whole East Coast, Jersey. Yeah, they're all like New England states. Yes, I remember, you know what's so funny? In grade school, when I was like in the 2nd grade, I used to love studying the New England states. Now I'm an adult and I'm just like, did I really retain this information? Hola. Welcome to my channel if you're new, you guys. Anybody who would like a reading, you guys, please subscribe to the channel first and foremost. Welcome to the channel. Let us know where you're watching from, where you're viewing from. Please thumbs up the live stream and also drop a heart down in the chat. Also, please know that paid readings are top priority. So if you send a super chat, Cash App, PayPal, you bump up the list, okay? Hi, Life with Raylan. Thank you so much for the compliment. Appreciate that. But yeah, I used to love to study geography in school in the States, like the 50. When I think about travel, because, you know, whenever I see travel like on TikTok or Instagram, people tend to highlight like international travel. But what is underrated, in my opinion, is like travel here in the United States. Okay, I got you, Millie. Yeah, travel here in the United States I think is underrated because we actually have a lot of beautiful places here in the United States. And I don't think people have actually traveled all of the states to actually see the beauty. Like, you'd be surprised, from East Coast to West Coast, there's a lot of beautiful states and scenery in between. So many places to visit. Okay, y'all, I'm just waiting for y'all to drop hearts in the chat. Let me know if you're wanting a reading. Oh, Vermont. Vermont. Yes, I've never been to Vermont. Vermont seems like it would be a beautiful place to visit, a beautiful state. Hi, PJ1111. Sure. Drop a pink heart in the chat. This is what I tell everybody who's new to my channel, you guys. So let me just quickly go over the rules real quick because I have a lot of new people here. So I want to make sure everybody's, abreast of the rules. If you come into the live stream, please subscribe. That's first and foremost. That's the only thing I ask. Even if you don't want a reading, you just want to linger around, please subscribe. Please thumbs up at least one of the two. Also, if you do subscribe, make sure you turn on your notifications. That way you're notified when I'm here. That's a great idea, Millie. That's a great idea. Definitely would be a good honeymoon plan for mine. I've never been on a plane. Can you believe that? I'll be 39 Friday and I've never been on a plane. Never ever in my life. Thank you, PJ1111. Yeah, to Vermont, yeah. Never been on a plane. Y'all, what is that like? For those of y'all who've caught flights, what is that like? I don't know. If you catch flights regularly, let me know. Like, is there anything I should know? Like, before I catch a flight? I will have to catch a flight for my graduation when I'm finished with college. Weekends. Yeah, or a weekday flight. Because I find that sometimes flights are more expensive over the weekends versus weekday. I don't know. People were talking about you get to take, I guess some airlines allow you to take like one carry-on bag and you have like one suitcase. I don't know. There's certain things that you're not allowed to take on the plane. Like it has to be small. Somebody was telling me something about perfumes. Like you can't take like regular, like full-size bottles of perfumes on a plane. Like they have to be small, like roller bottle size or really small size. Oh, okay. Thank you for that tip, Millie. I didn't know. Because I've never booked a flight before, so I had no idea. I've never flown on a plane before, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, there's a few things I've never done before. I've never been on a cruise. I've never flown on a plane. I've never actually, have I been on a train? No. I want to go on a train. I do want to go on a train. I plan to get on the Amtrak and take a short trip. I want to go to Chicago because it's close by. Do a day trip for Chicago from the Amtrak station. I live about an hour away in either direction from the Amtrak station. So that's one of my goals on my bucket list. He don't like planes. He don't like planes. If it was up to him, we would rent a car and go. Which, actually, you can get rental car points the more you rent cars. Okay, PJ1111, I got you. So it's you, Millie. Was there anybody else in the live stream that wanted a reading, you guys? Did I miss anybody that wanted a reading? Yeah, holidays and weekends for sure. Holiday season are it's very expensive compared to honestly, me personally, because I'm a driver and I don't mind. I like road trips, so I do like to drive, but just so that I have the experience of like being on a plane, if that makes sense, I do want to book a flight somewhere like maybe a 2-3 hour flight so I can understand. Yeah, it's fun. I like road trips. Road trips, especially with your partner, your person, I feel like they're bonding opportunities. Connecticut to South Carolina. Oh, that would be a fun trip. It'd be a long trip, but a fun one. It's just a good bonding time. Even with you, if you have older kids and you go like on a road trip, that's always fun. Yeah, a plane is super quick. But then sometimes you have layovers. So sometimes you have to wait. You're stuck in transit until your next, to get onto your next flight to get to your destination. That's the thing that gets you, is the layovers. And the food and stuff, like in those, like at the airport, everything's expensive. Like if you're there and you're hungry to get a snack, everything's expensive at the airport. Always some unexpected drama. I feel like if you get a car, then yeah. Yeah, I'm a good driver. Yeah, only if you're a good driver. Yeah. You also have to be able to drive aggressively in certain cities because, like, for example, like St. Louis is very, very busy. Memphis, Tennessee is very, very busy. Yes. Dallas, Texas, very, very busy. I've driven in all three. At downtown Atlanta, Georgia, very, very busy traffic. You have to be able to navigate and you have to be able to move quickly. Nashville, Tennessee is also very, very, like, the traffic is very, very, like, all over the place. Love Nashville, though. Nashville, like, feels like home to me, but it's very, very busy. So when you have, like, traffic like that, you have to be able to navigate through really, really, a lot of traffic. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, please thumbs up the live stream or subscribe, either or, you guys. And if you like a reading, please drop a pink heart down in the chat. Also, donations are priority. So if you send a donation, super chat, Cash App, PayPal, whatever, drop a green heart so I know that you did it. Okay. I'm doing readings as I feel called to do them. And once my free list is done, I'm closing that list. So I already have Millie. I have PJ1111. I was trying to wait for at least one more person to hop in to add to the free reading list, but I haven't got nobody yet. Oh, no, you're fine, Millie. Hey, from Alabama. Hey, girl. We love Alabama. Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. We love them. Florida, we love them. We love everybody. Texas. We got a special love for down south. Like one. Yes, please like and thumbs up the live stream, you guys. I like road trips. When we were young, when I was like 10, 11 years old, we would take road trips like 3 times a year. And we would have to drive all the way to Texas. And that was a very long drive. It was probably like 9 hours. Yeah. Somewhere between 8-9 hour drive from Missouri. Not too bad. But when you have kids, because my sisters, they were small. Like my sisters were like, my baby sister was like 2. So she was still in diapers. And then my other sister was like 5 or 6. And I was like 10. So my mom would have to stop a couple times so that we could eat, use the bathroom. When you got kids and you're traveling, you're going to have to stop. Even with grown-ups, you got to stop. Like, I know that I couldn't drive with my mom on a 5-hour trip without having to stop multiple times. Because it's a long stretch of driving. So, but what I love about road trips is that you see places, like you get to see stores, places that you don't have back home. So you can kind of like stop in there and check in and talk to the locals and talk to people. Try different places, try different restaurants or whatever out, you know, while you're traveling. That's always a fun thing about road trips. And take pictures of the scenery, because you might not ever see that again. I had seen some place that was really beautiful, Yellowstone National Park, and also the Grand Canyon. When I was a kid in the 2nd grade, I used to always want to go to the Grand Canyon. And people were like, it's not safe, it's dangerous. And I'm like, then why is it open? If the Grand Canyon is so dangerous for people to go visit, why do they have tourists out there? I mean, tour guides. Never understood it. Yeah, changing diapers and stuff like that. I remember the first time I visited Florida, that was a 14-hour drive. And my sister she had a toddler. My nephew, who's now about to be 5 in April, he wasn't even 2 at the time. And she was pregnant with my other nephew. So we had to keep stopping because she had to keep using the restroom. And then they had to change my nephew every so often, every so many hours, change his diaper. So yeah, it's different. It's a different experience when you're traveling with kids versus when you're traveling with adults. And if you have an older adult who constantly has to stop and use the restroom, they move slow, it's a different experience as well, because, you know, you got to stop and accommodate everybody all the, because for me, I can drive. Like, I've driven from here, the part of Missouri I live in, to outside of Little Rock, Arkansas. A little bit outside of Little Rock is Hot Springs. If you've never been to Hot Springs, Arkansas, it is a vibe. Like, you gotta go. Like, it's so nice. So for my birthday, me and my fiance's birthday last year, we took a trip to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and they have these hot springs, literal hot springs there, in these bathhouses where you can go in, you pay a fee, and you can use them. So we did that. That was a whole lot of fun. That was such a fun experience. He really enjoyed it. I had been there twice before, so I already knew about them, but every single time we just love it. And it was a different experience because we went during this time of year versus going in the summer. Very different. Yeah, well, it depends, because if it's an older adult, they may need some help or assistance as well, especially like if they walk with a cane or a walker or wheelchair, something like that is very different. But yeah, Hot Springs, Arkansas was like a 5-hour drive, and I think we only stopped twice to stretch, to get a grab bite to food, to regas, and keep going. So yeah, we had stopped at a rest area. I think we stopped in Memphis. So when you're going towards the way that we were taking, when you're going towards Arkansas from Missouri, you have to pass through Memphis, West Memphis, to get through Arkansas. And driving through Little Rock is a long stretch. It's just flat land. So yeah. Yeah, they need assistance too. I'm still waiting, y'all. I'm still waiting for one more person before I start pulling cards. PJ1111, are you still here? Y'all stay with me. If you want to read and stay with me, y'all. Don't hop out the live stream if you still want a reading. Okay, great. I was trying to wait for one more person, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do Millie. Millie, you can go ahead and drop your question. I was giving everybody a chance to hop in here. Oh, Ayana. Okay, Ayana's the last person. So far we got 3. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So Millie, PJ, and Ayana Mitchell. It's a 12-hour drive. Yeah, that's about almost like the same distance to Florida. It's about 16 hours, I think, from the East Coast to Florida. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Love reading. Okay, we'll see, Spirit. What messages in regards to love do you have for Millie, Spirit? Messages in regards to love. We got 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands tells me that your love life is a little bit complicated right now, is what Spirit is saying. 5 of Wands. Also, you may be going through some challenges in regards to your love life right now. There could be some jealousy going on, some gossip going on, low-key competition going on in regards to your love life. But Spirit never said it would be an easy process. 2 of Voices. 2 of Voices. So you have... So the 2 of Voices is the 2 of Swords. Some people you may have to block and ignore in regards to like romantic advances. Some people you can tell intuitively, yeah, that they're just not good for you. And Spirit says to make sure that you go no contact. Yeah, go no contact, cut that person off. If you have children with that person, only communicate in regards to the children, or that specifically, like make it very cut and dry, the communication. I have 5 of Emotions, which is 5 of Cups here. This person is like, now they're remorseful and regretful. Yeah, they're remorseful about how things went, but Spirit says they had to get cut off. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is Spirit's warning to you to let you know, don't focus on your insecurities going into a new relationship with somebody. Make sure that if you do have some insecurities, you work those out before you start dating somebody new. So that way you're not projecting, you know, your own past negative experiences onto a new person. We have the Page of Pentacles here, and this is telling me that with the Page of Pentacles, you want a new start. You know what I mean? You want a new start. You have a plan. You have a plan going forward. So even in a new relationship, you have a plan to succeed with this person, a new person coming in. Also, a new person can be reaching out to you in a romantic way, who has a romantic interest. That's a possibility. You may know who the person is. Like, they may be somebody like that, like a friend of a friend may introduce you to the person. Yeah, 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. If you've been kind of in your head, I don't feel like he's regretting it on his end. I feel like he's regretting that he got caught, if that makes sense. You know how some people only apologize if they get caught, or like there's this big dramatic scene where everybody knows that they messed up real bad. And so because it's like public information now and people can see it, now they're embarrassed. So now they want to apologize, but they give pure hell on a regular basis. That's what I feel. I don't feel like it's a genuine apology or a regret. I feel like the regret is you're only sorry you got caught. You're only sorry because, yeah, that exposed, that's the word. Yeah. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. If you've been feeling like you're trapped in this situation, Spirit's like, no, you're not trapped in this situation. You have the power to get yourself out of anything. And then we've got the World. Yes. So relocating and moving to a different spot or a different area will open doors for you, even in regards to love and even in regards to work opportunities as well. Spirit saying, stay positive, think positive, because relocation may be something to consider for you and your children. Relocating, moving to a different state, moving to a different city, that may be something to consider, and it will open the doors for you, not just in a romantic sense, but even financially. There may be better job opportunities and resources available to you outside of where you're used to living. 4 of Inspiration is a 4 of Wands. This will give you an opportunity to start over, like a clean slate, for stability, to start with stability. Okay? I had yeah, because of job. Yeah, relocate. Spirit, what messages do you have for me in regards to new love? New love. Yeah. Right now, I'm seeing that you still have some unfinished business in regards to new love. So it might be a little bit too soon. Yeah, you're still going through the separation with the 5 of Swords. So once that's completed, then you can have another situation in love come up. But Spirit says to make sure that you work on any insecurities. 5 of Pentacles, any insecurities. Also, anywhere you're lacking financially, work on those areas as well before you start dating again. And you ultimately, you have the last word. You get to decide who you want to entertain, if you want to even entertain anybody, if you want to give them the time of day. This is up to you, Spirit said. You get to decide. That's what Judgment card in tarot is, one of my favorite cards, because it also allows us to hold ourselves personally accountable for the decisions that we make. How you choose to show up in every situation is up to you. It's on you, how you choose to show up. And Spirit said, no matter what you decide, the Queen of Pentacles is here. So make sure that you put yourself as a priority. Are you happy in the situation? Do you like this person as a person? Like, these are the questions that need to be going through your mind as you're dating actively. Like, okay, how do I feel about this person? Do we get along? Do we have shared goals? Do we have shared morals? Those are things to consider. Yes, of course, the physical, but also spiritually, financially, physically. So there will be another love interest coming to you. It may take some time. It's going to take you getting through you're going to have to go through this healing process of all of the trauma that the ex has put you through first. Give yourself some time to get through that. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, so you deserve to have a good time and celebrate on your birthday and all of the things. But Spirit's like, give yourself time to heal from the past situation before you even give thought to a new situation. And I always like to tell my clients, when it comes to love readings, like, give yourself like a good 6 months at least, minimum 6 months. If you just ended a relationship, and this is for anybody that yeah, I could tell you're a Queen of Pentacles. You handle your own very well. And that's what a lot of men are attracted to. A lot of men are attracted to women who are independent, who can take care of themselves. But also, you're not looking like you're not trying to do everything. You know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to be the man of the house. Like, no. If you're in a relationship with somebody, they need to also help contribute as well. But what I was going to say was, you know, I always tell clients, and this is coming from my own personal experience, like, if you got out of a relationship that was very traumatic, give yourself at least 6 months to heal from that. And I also do highly encourage, no, we don't want to be needy. But you also don't want to have to do everything. You're not the man, so you shouldn't have to do every single thing in the household. If he's going to be there, then he needs to be of some type of help or assistance. Exactly. Want but don't need. It was never a need. But give yourself 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year, roughly, so that you can get your mind in the right headspace to deal with another person. Dealing with a man is so difficult. It's very difficult. Men are very emotional. They just don't show it the way that we do, but they're very emotional. They're very picky. Men are actually very intentional. They actually know what they're doing. A lot of times they know what they want and they know what they're doing. Don't ever underestimate it. Men will fool you and make you think that he doesn't know what he wants. He knows exactly what he wants. He knows exactly what he's doing. Men are very intentional. If they like you, they will treat you a certain way. If they don't like you, they will also treat you a certain way. We just have to be smart enough to know the difference. And we also have to be smart enough to walk away as soon as we see, this person doesn't really like me like that. Because if he did, he would treat me better. Right? We have to learn to see signs early and walk away. So we're not stuck in a situation for months and weeks and years. Yeah, you need to heal first. I'm not saying you can't go out and have a good time, but I definitely would encourage you and suggest to take some time alone, to just be alone. Also, being in a relationship, any relationship, I want you to stop. I want everybody who's in here to think about all of your relationships, right? When I say all of your relationships, I'm talking about the relationship with your children, the relationship with your parents, the relationships you have with so-called friends or best friends or whatever you want to call them. Think about all of the relationships. All of those relationships require what? Every single relationship has one thing in common. What does it require? Somebody put it in the chat. What do relationships require? All relationships require this. What do they require? You're welcome, Millie. PJ1111, you can go ahead and put your question in the chat, love. All relationships require effort. They require effort. Who's putting in the effort? If it's a one-sided relationships where only one person, effort. If there's no effort put in, security, stability, yes. Where only one person is doing their part, it's not going to be successful. It's not going to be successful. And that's why you have to be intentional about every single. Yes, love, please do. Thank you for that. Ayana, are you still with us? You have to be very intentional about the relationships. And I'm saying all relationships, not just romantic relationships, but even platonic, even friendships or so-called friendships. Everybody doesn't get the right to be called a friend. That's a very powerful title to hold someone accountable to. Everybody's not capable of being the type of friend that you need them to be. So you have to be careful with giving people that title, or bestie, best friend. Best friend for what? How have they shown up for you? In what capacity other than giving physical compliments or verbal compliments have they shown up for you? How often do you even hear from them? When is the last time you even seen them in person? See what I'm saying? You have to be very careful of what you get, the pedestal that you put somebody on. You hold this person in high regard for what? And do they see you in the same light? Probably not. Same thing with men in relationships. You have to be careful not to put a man on a pedestal, because as soon as you do, that damn pedestal is going to come crashing down, because you're going to find out very quickly that he's human and he's very capable of making mistakes. Very capable of disappointing you. Very, very capable of pissing you off. So never put somebody on a pedestal. Understand that we're all human, right? We're all having a human experience. We're all learning. We're all healing from trauma. And we all have our own things to work out. You have to decide what you're willing to put up with and what you're not. That's what relationships boil down to. And my mom used to always tell us this very wise thing that I hold dearly to this day. You get what you allow. If you allow somebody to disrespect you, you allow somebody to come around when it's convenient for them, or to reach out when it's convenient for them, and you're always on their time, and it's always pulling teeth. You have to always make the initiative. Then that's the type of behavior you're going to get from them, because they know that you put up with it. They know that you put up with it. Just like children. If you never discipline a child and they whine and cry and throw a fit, pitch a fit and fall out, and you give them what they want, you're going to get that every time, because you didn't nip that in the bud when you should have nipped it in the bud. So now they're acting like this. See what I'm saying? You get what you allow. Same thing in friendships. I'm not going to trace no grown-ass woman down for a friendship. Either she wants to talk to me or she doesn't want to talk to me. It's really very simple. I'm grown. She's grown. She can figure it out. That's the thing. You shouldn't have to chase up behind anybody. You shouldn't have to remind anybody. Either you show up for me or step out the door. Like, I don't understand people tolerating piss poor behavior or half-ass friendships, half-ass relationships, half-ass career partners, business relationships. If you're going to do it all the way. If you're going to participate all the way. There's no half-stepping. PJ 1111, is Richard genuinely interested? Yeah, because a lot of people don't have the capacity. People, you know what it is with friendships a lot of times? People like the idea of having a friendship. They like having the company. A lot of people are very codependent. They struggle with being alone. That's why you see people constantly in relationships. They can never just be by themselves for a little while. They can never just be single, because every time you turn around, they're in a relationship. After my last serious relationship, I was single for almost 2 years. Enjoyed every minute of it. Every minute of it. And that's what you need. You need time to just be alone and be single. You don't need a partner. You don't. It's a want. You want it because you see everybody else with it and they make it look like it's something that's cracked up to be. It really ain't. It really ain't. It's a lot of damn work and effort. You have to literally consider somebody else's needs, wants, and give them attention and communication, because they're a human being and that's what they need. They need interaction. Same thing with friendships. People want a friend. They want to be called a friend, or they want to call someone a friend because they're terrified of being alone with themselves. A lot of people have not done their inner work that they claim that they've done. They have not. A lot of people have not been to therapy for very traumatic situations they've been through. And then they can't show up for you. They cannot show up for you in the capacity that you need them to, because they either don't have the time, or they don't have the time or the willingness to do so. So you have to be careful with who you give that title to. Right. So you have to consider, if you're tired, I don't have the capacity. I don't have the capacity. I don't have the energy to show up like this for this person. I don't. It is nothing. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Some people just, they can't show up for you in the way that you need to, or you can't show up for them in the way that they need you to. So it's best to just go on about your business. Go on about your way. Not even be bothered with it. They got a whole bunch of stuff going on. You got stuff going on. Go your separate way. Don't even bother me with it. Don't even. Yeah, and all that whole checking on me every 2 weeks, every once a month, twice a month. We're not gonna do that. Either you're gonna show up for me, or you're not gonna show up at all. That's how I feel about it. When it comes to friendships, either you're going to show up or you don't show up at all. Yeah, it's a responsibility. You have to show up in all of relationships, even with your parents. You show up, you call your parents. Even in adulthood, I call my mom. I'll go check on my mom. It's not every day. It's not every day. Sometimes it's not every week. But I try to check on my mom regularly. But also, my mom is grown. She's an adult. She has things that she has to take care of. She has her own responsibilities. She has grandchildren. So, I'm not imposing on my mom's personal space. People like their personal space as well. A lot of people are in friendships because they're nosy. They don't really have a lot going on in their own life, and they want to be involved in other people's business. A lot of people have a problem minding their business. They want to be involved in everything that's going on that don't have nothing to do with them. So you have to be very mindful of that as well. It's okay to keep some things private. Just because somebody is a friend does not mean that you have to confide in them every little thing that you have going on. It's okay to keep some stuff between you and your spouse. It's okay to keep some stuff between you and your siblings. You don't have to share every little thing. Also, you don't have to give people access to you 24/7. Just because you're friends, y'all don't have to be friends on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, phone numbers, Snapchat. You don't have to do all of that. It's obsessive and it's crazy. It's crazy. We're friends. If you have my personal phone number, you're blessed that you have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are very, very lucky that I gave it to you. But now you're trying to friend me here, there, and everywhere. You're doing too much. You're doing way too much. The crazy part about it is people will have all of that access to you and you still barely hear from them. They still barely show up for you. So you have to be careful Again, you have to be careful when it comes to friendships. Spirit, is Richard genuinely interested in PJ? I got no. I got no. The moon is an automatic no in tarot. Immediately. Yeah, people will have all of that access to you and they won't comment on anything. They might like a post here or there. But yeah, that's about it. Hey, Margaret. Welcome to my channel if you're new. That's why you have to be very careful about the amount of access you give to people because they take it for granted and then they feel entitled. They feel like they can blow up your phone, call you whenever, and you're supposed to answer. No, baby, I'm grown. Last time I checked, I'm very grown. I'm very grown. I called you and you didn't answer. Excuse me? Come again? I got no. PJ 1111. I had an associate tell me that some days ago, I called you, but you don't really answer the phone. Probably because I'm grown, number one. And I'm busy, number two. If I need to call you back, I will. But why? You text me anyway. So apparently it wasn't that big of a deal. Apparently it wasn't that important. People act like whatever they have going on is an emergency. There's more to life. And that you're supposed to just stop, drop, and roll whenever they have something going on. That's not how this works. Oh, well, I thought you were doing such and such and such. I was yesterday. Today's a new day. I decided I'm not doing it today. I'm grown. Again, I'm grown. I can make that decision for myself. Yesterday I was eating salad. Today I'm eating hot Cheetos. I'm grown. People have a really bad habit of minding business that's not theirs. Being concerned about what someone else is doing other than being concerned with self. And that's part of the problem. A lot of these so-called friendships are also very performative. A lot of people like the aesthetic of friendships. They like posting selfies and pictures and memes and things on social media to make it look like they have this massive following, to make it look like they're so liked and so likable. And that's not the case at all. In real life, maybe 2 people deal with them, if that, on a regular basis. It's an appearance. It's not real. A lot of the things that people do, they do it for clout, they do it for attention, and they do it for external validation. Because if you can comment on a social media post, but then you can't text me back, are we really friends? Are we really friends? Like, I don't hear from you in real life, but you can comment on a social media post. Are we really friends? That's questionable. PJ 1111, I got no. I got immediately no. Ayana, are you still here? Hi, blessed one. Welcome to my channel. If you like a reading, you need to drop a heart in the chat. I'm trying to wait for Ayana. I don't see her in here. Choose the next person. Happy Sunday, Margaret. Yeah, also, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel and thumbs up the live stream, you guys. It's one-sided, PJ 1111, if that makes sense. It's one-sided. The interest is very one-sided. He might find you attractive, but not like, not how you think. Blessed one, you can drop your question real quick. I guess Ayana left, so I'm not gonna worry with it. Near future. When you say near future, what do you mean? Like in the next few days, by the end of the month? Near future, how near? In the next few days. Okay. That sounds like a court-related question, Margaret, and I don't answer those. Spirit, what messages do you have for Blessed One for the next few days? What does she need to know? I don't answer court-related questions. I don't do legal questions, and I don't do health questions. No, ma'am. You're welcome. The Fool. In the next few days, you might need to take some type of risk or just let go of some things that you've been like carrying emotionally, emotional weight. Letting go, releasing. But the Fool's journey is about taking risks. Sometimes you got to take risk in order to get to where you want to be. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place. 7 of Wands, protecting your spirit and your energy is also going to be very important over the next few days. Or even speaking up for yourself and standing up for yourself. Defending your territory. Protecting your peace. 7 of Wands. I got that. The World, travel. You may be traveling. I don't know if you have to travel for work or whatever in the next few days. Possibly planning a trip. Also, this could be the end of a cycle closing out. If there's been a lot going on, Spirit's like, it's time to wrap this up. The whole situation is about to come to a close. Oh. Yeah. Page of Pentacles is also about somebody reaching out to you. You may have somebody reaching out to you. It could be family. It could be anybody. But you may have somebody reaching out to you. That's a possibility. It's our season. It's Aquarius season. Kicks off today. Gang, gang. Judgment. Judgment. Nobody can judge you but God. People love to judge things they don't understand. But also know that no deed goes unrewarded. And so what I mean by that with this Judgment card is how we treat people in this life matters. You know the golden rule, do unto others as you have them do unto you. The way people treat you, they're going to have to receive karma. Good or bad. Karma is about balance. It's about balance. And karma doesn't always come in the form that we think it does. It doesn't always come in the timing that we want it to. But trust me, the saying is what goes around comes back around. And it does. It definitely does. So just know that. Just know that. Also, you need to take some time off. You may need to take a break, take a day off. Request a day off. If you have PTO, take a day off. Okay? Take a day off. Options will be coming in for you. You may have some options. This could be in a financial or business aspect of things, or this could be in dating, either or. Okay? It could be either or. You've been through a lot lately. Nine of Wands is that wounded warrior energy, and it's like you've been through a lot of things. You've been through a lot of trials, tribulations, stressful times, struggle a little bit, but you're going to get through it. Spirit says you're manifesting better things, and focus on that. Focus on what you're trying to manifest. Put your mind and yourself in the energy of receiving the blessings and the things that you want this year, and you'll get it. Okay? It's time to put an end to people who are draining. Ten of Swords. People who are selfish and people who only look out for themselves and people who are only concerned with themselves. Drop them. Drop them. It's a wrap. It doesn't matter. Time does not matter. How long you've known somebody doesn't matter. If you've known them 3, 4, 5, 6 years and they've never done anything for you, they've never tried to be there for you when you needed it the most, go ahead and cut that off. Yeah. Go ahead and cut that off. There's no sense in hanging on to folks, to hanging on to dead weight. People who just really don't serve a purpose in life. They don't. They just hang around for whatever reason. They just hang around. They're energy vampires. Let them go. Hope that helps. And I feel like that specific message is in regards to family members. A lot of times they only reach out for their own selfish reasons, and that's not your responsibility. Not your responsibility. But anywho, y'all, thank y'all so much for hopping into the live stream. I'm going to get off of here. You guys, I have stuff to do. I have homework to do. But hopefully I will try, because I'll be off tomorrow. So I'll try to go live a little bit tomorrow morning as well. Love y'all. Peace out.